That is awesome, dude.
Look how red he is.
That's real animal style right there.
Look at that.
That is a day maker, baby. Oh, look at that. My main man, Captain Ryan Rickard, and I were staying at Cajun Fishing Adventures, Ryan Lambert's place out here. Had an absolutely fantastic night. Drove in yesterday from the Tampa area, and we got a little breeze. It's a little breezy, but it's Venice, Louisiana. It's the fall. Things are happening. It's nice and cool out. What do you think?
It's the mecca of red fishing, you know? That's, I'm excited about today. We are pre-hurricane right now.
Yeah.
We got a big storm bearing down on us in a couple days, but you know what? Should really make the fish chew today. And we're gonna go ahead and make it happen.
Fishing, come on. Your whole goal in fishing the Venice area is to find clean water, find pockets of clean water, find ponds out of the wind that aren't all stirred up and beat up. The wind on this trip blowing, you know, probably 20 to 30 miles an hour. There wasn't a lot of clean water. In some areas, there wasn't any water. There definitely wasn't enough water to float the 25 Contender Bay. So we kind of had to change our approach, and we had to kind of fish it Florida style.
Tampa style, go to work.
Yeah, that's what we do. And Ryan and I have done that here before, where you just get in areas that look fishy, they're holding a lot of bait, and you just go to work fan casting and covering water. And that's what we had to do, and you know, it paid off.
There he is, here he is. Got him, guys, right there.
Oh boy. Attaboy. Oh, good one too. That's a good one. Nice fish.
Very, very good one right here. No.
Yeah, he's big.
No. No, fellas. Well, fellas. Hard to bear them with that 10-pound test.
Yeah.
You know? Can't put so much heat on them. It's not a small fish.
No,
here.
that's a big fish. The minute that tail came out of the water, I knew you had a dandy.
You got the net by chance?
I do have the net. Would you like me to use it?
Yeah, it might be a little easier. Oh yeah, that's a bruiser.
This is a net for that specific redfish.
Yeah, yes it is. Oh my God. I could fit in that thing.
Hey, if you're gonna catch a redfish, that's a good one to catch.
That's definitely a good one to catch.
It makes sense that he'd be in here with all those mullet, the pogies.
Here we go, Mike. I'm gonna pull his head right up to you. Yeah, boy.
That one's large.
He's large and in charge.
God.
Good Lord, look at the stock of that fish. How broad the shoulders are.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's all
Got it.
Bull Bay. I know. That one's a dandy.
What you come to Venice, Louisiana for?
That's why you come right there.
Yeah.
Some places have redfish, Venice, redfish.
On
Wow.
10-pound test, how about that?
Attaboy. That's good fish right there.
Yes, sir. Very good.
That one's a dandy. Wow. Well, if you're gonna do it, go big or go home.
No kidding, man.
You know, Ryan Rickard's a really special guy. Him and I have become really good friends over the last 3, 4, 5 years. And, you know, he's somebody that I really, really trust. He never gets too high, never gets too low. He's just a really good, efficient angler. Ever since the first time I met Ryan, we've been really good friends, and we fish together a lot, and I always look forward to these adventures with him. 2 years ago we were here and the bite was insane. Oh, dude, did you see that eat? You couldn't throw a bait in the water that they wouldn't eat. They just crushed everything you threw at them. Top waters, spoons, spinner baits, it didn't matter. And when they hit it, it felt like a freight train hit it. In all this wind and all this dirty water, the bite was really different. It was a really soft bite, even on our really big fish. They didn't punish the bait like they normally do in Venice, Louisiana. And it makes things interesting. When you come out to this estuary and you've been here before, you kind of expect things to be the same. And under the conditions we were in with high winds, dirty water, it was just a totally different bite. And you know, lots and lots of time on the water saves us from missing that bite when it's so light. But that's what the estuary threw at us, and that's what we had to deal with.
Oh, I saw it. I saw the thump, dude. I saw the thump.
Boy.
Atta boy.
You're right, though.
I saw the thump.
Not a violent strike, though. Oh, angry. Bitter party of one.
Step forward just a little bit for me.
I always put it away because I think it's bad luck to leave it out. Not that I'm superstitious or anything, but I'm superstitious. That's another dandy. I'd say we found big redfish.
Red or black drum?
I think it's a red.
It looked like he was red.
Yeah, I think he's red.
I saw your rod tip just go ding.
He didn't.
Like, there it goes.
Yeah.
And we just said there's got to be more here.
Well, and there are. At least one more. Like you said, you know, we're using pretty light tackle here. We went to the 15-pound bull bays with that 10-pound braid.
Yeah.
Not really expecting 40-inch redfish to be laid up back here in 2 foot of water, but that's where they are. And the whole key really was finding that clean water, and then the pogies, the mullet, everything in this bay.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie. This one does not want to come to the boat. Yeah, it is a good fish. It's a good fish.
He's very wide.
Yeah, it's a good fish. Come on, pumpkin. You like how I did that pumpkin? Red, orange, bronze, you know, like a pumpkin. Ooh.
Head shake.
Big head shake.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Might be bigger than you think he is.
Yeah, he might be. I'm okay with that. Size matters. Might be twins.
It's the same fish.
I doubt that. Boom!
Got him.
Dude, look at that pig.
Look at this tiny tyke. That's a tiny tyke. Look at that thing, dude. It's a woolly mammoth.
That is a stud.
Yes, it is, buddy.
Yeah, baby.
Boom, right there.
Brutus.
Beast mode.
Brutus beefcake. Size matters, and you are awesome. I know it.
See that? Look at
Big
the scar on
scar.
his head, guys.
Big scar. When you're having one of those days where you know you're just grinding, you're just looking for a bite. When you get the bite and you can put that fish in one of the top 5 redfish size-wise I've probably ever caught. I mean, the head on this thing is just ridiculous. That's a good feeling. You know, you're grinding for hours sometimes, working and working, trying to get on a bite. Mother Nature's working against you. You know, you drove 12 hours to get here. Nothing's kind of going your way, and then bam, the good Lord, Mother Nature, come together and put the fish of a lifetime on the end of your line. It's a pretty special moment. Go make some babies. Go make some babies. Hey,
Good boy, Mikey.
Boom!
I love it.
That is awesome. When it comes to the Louisiana marsh, normally fish of like size always hang together. But out here, all bets are off. You can catch a 40-inch fish one cast and a 25-incher the next. It's just kind of the way this place works. It's like no other red fishery anywhere on the planet. Oh, there he is.
That was an awesome hit right there.
It was an awesome hit.
That was a much better hit than the last time.
Oh.
Yeah, boy.
I don't think it's the same fish. But he doesn't stink, I can tell you that.
I have to draw him in for him. This is the way it works. I draw him in, he catches them.
You know what, I give you a lot of credit. Carrying me is not easy. You do a good job. This one's more of the garden variety.
That's a good fish, though.
It's heavy, I can tell you that. Got shoulders on him. Been in here eating plenty of food. Cool spot pattern, too. This is what normal human-looking redfish look like.
Look at his belly, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're fat. Yeah, that's a heavy fish right there.
Good.
Heavy fish
yeah,
right there.
I mean, he's like 24 inches, but he's like 7.5 pounds for being 24 inches. He's awesome.
He's got to be a little bigger than 24, I think. But
I don't know, 24, 25, he ain't that long. He's heavy, though.
He's got a ton of belly on him.
Yeah, he does.
All them pogies, all them mullet in here, eating good. Shrimpies, eating good.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. I ain't met one I didn't like yet.
Good job, Mikey.
Oh, boy.
Boy.
Today we had to grind a little bit. It was one of those days, you know, the weatherman was off, winds were up, water was dirty. We really had to grind for our fish. We were a little bit defeated coming off the water, but when you get to pull into this beautiful lodge, Cajun Fishing Adventures, you know, everybody in the lodge is kind of upbeat. You realize that you're in Venice, Louisiana, at one of the nicest lodges I've ever been at. And then you see there's New Orleans style barbecue shrimp ready for you to partake in as well. Puts a little giddy up in your step and you know, gives you a little hope for a better day tomorrow. Hey gang, this week's Real Animals Tip of the Week, I want to talk to you about my good friends at Clensoil. You know, you've heard me talk about these guys for years. It's a phenomenal lubricant, protectant, rust inhibitor, all those things that you've heard about Clensoil are true. You know, they started in the gun industry years and years ago, and now they come out with Clensoil Marine and Tackle. But today I want to show you one of the things I never fail to do. You know, in the guide business, we go through line pretty rapidly, even braided line. In season, sometimes I'm respooling twice a month, especially during tarpon season where fish put a ton of pressure on my braided line. So what I always do when I break these reels down, whenever I'm respooling, I always coat up again with Clensoil. What you can do is take your handles off, fill the inside of this reel, fill it up with Clensoil, let that Clensoil get into the sole of that reel and protect it and lubricate it for your next battle. Cover all of your moving parts up here, all your drag area. Make sure all that stuff is lubricated and protected and ready to go. I truly believe that since I started using Clensoil as a product religiously every month, my reels last longer and longer and longer. These are a big investment, an expensive tool in our arsenal. Get you some Clensoil today. Go to clensoil.com. I promise you it'll make a difference in everything you do. Day two, the weatherman again, just not really our friend. You know, we could see on the radar that rain was coming, and when it got there, it was going to be pretty substantial. So you know, we knew that after the first band went through, we were going to have just a couple-hour window to hopefully get out there and add some more fish to this adventure. And we were just hoping that that window would hold up and let us get out there and get it done. One of the neatest parts about this estuary is the things that you see that you really don't see other places. When you are working an edge and you see a redfish literally belly crawling, chasing baits up in the mud with that much of its back out of the water, that's just not stuff you see in every estuary. It only happens. It's the only place I've ever seen it is in Venice, Louisiana. And to get the opportunity to stick one of those fish, get them to eat in this much water, it's absolutely unbelievable and something you have got to come and do. But I should have been right in front of him. He ate it.
Oh. You gotta be kidding me.
As I've said many times on these adventures that I enjoy with Captain Ryan Rickard, the man has a hook set like no one I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what I just don't even know what he's thinking. You know, the hooks are sharp, they'll do the job. My boy just does not like to miss a fish. When he goes to set the hook, you better be paying attention or you're gonna end up in the drink. Dude,
how light this drag is?
You're crazy. This week's Real Animals Tackle Box, Captain Ryan Rickard and I are really using some basic, what I call marsh gear. Really simple stuff. You know I love my Real Animals Signature Series, my Bull Bay rod. This is the 7.2 15-pound class rod. Maybe a little light for the marsh, but both Ryan and I love light tackle fishing, and this stuff works really, really great. This is the new Clash 2 Pen reel here. Just started using these things. Super light, great drag, super smooth, sealed body construction, so none of that saltwater intrusion happens. Great reel. We're using 10-pound spider wire on this, and again, that's why I said it's kind of light. You know, here in the marsh, a lot of times these fish can dig into the mat, dig into the grass, then you end up pulling an 8, 10, 12, 15-pound redfish, plus the heavy grass. So 10-pound can be a little risky. If you want to go heavier, that's okay. We're just using a 25-pound leader. We're going weedless right here on just a weedless bass hook. It's got the screws into my MirrOlure marsh minnow right here. This is the chicken color. I love the chicken color here because of the flake in it. I've got good gold and red flake in this, along with that chartreuse tail. Really stands out in the dirty water here in the marsh. We also played around a little bit. You know, whenever you get here in the marsh, popping corks are just a big thing out here. The water can be so dirty dumping out of the Mississippi that these guys, a lot of the locals throw popping corks, okay? This creates a big splash, bunch of noise on the water. This is actually a 4 Horsemen cork. It's a local Louisiana company, and I've never heard anything quite like that clack. And the locals claim that that clack really imitates shrimp in the water, and it gets them big bull reds fired up. All we did here, a couple foot of fluorocarbon leader down to a 1/4 ounce MirrOlure jig head. And again, that chicken color, kind of our go-to color on this trip with the water quality that we were finding here. This is a little bigger setup because we were working some pogie schools out front and hoping to get into some of those 40-inch bulls on this tackle. So we went a little heavier. This is the Bull Bay Real Animal 17-pound rod. I went with 30-pound braid on this particular setup. I've also got some of these set up with 15-pound braid. This is all the gear you need to do exactly what Captain Ryan Rickard and I did here in the marsh. Get yourself set up, go catch you some fish. Oh, he blew right by it. Atta boy, Ryan. That was awesome, dude. That was great. Power pull down, baby.
Had to hit him on the nose, dude.
Yeah, and then some.
We got some fish moving up ahead of us too there. Check that out.
Yeah, I see them. Nice fish too, atta boy. Look at the pretty spots. Atta boy. Nice fish. Come here, Energizer Bunny. Stop it. Well, here's what it's eating. There is a mud bunny right there, boy. That fish was mudding up on its belly, Beautiful spot pattern.
Well, first of all, we freaked him out, right?
Yeah,
he
we
freaks
spooked
out
him.
at the boat. He goes up, settles down on the mud flat, back's hanging out of the water, and then
Both of us making casts
we
at
made
him.
casts at him, and he just happened to
4
eat
spots
the
on
third
that
row.
side, 2 on the other. Pretty fish. Got to earn it in this weather, baby.
Yeah, man.
Woo! Woo, attaboy. Rhino, nice cast, kid.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
This place is absolutely incredible. Captain Ryan Lambert, Cajun Fishing Adventures. I'll never stay anywhere else. The place is first class. It's comfortable. The food's incredible. The staff is friendly. Again, its location is perfect. You got a couple of marinas. You got a boat ramp right across the street, depending on what part of the bayou you want to fish. This is a place that I will continue to come to for the rest of my life, just because the fishing is so extraordinary out here. If you hadn't made this trip, you definitely need to come see Cajun Fishing Adventures, spend some time in Venice, Louisiana.